Camping. It is an activity that predates the automobile by several hundred, if not thousand years. I've got a lot of fun camping adventures in my day. Oh, if those trees could only talk. But that's not important now. I want to hear about yours. Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to the Video Call-In Show. That show that invites you to be a live guest on this program at any time to talk about anything. I can't stress that enough. We don't have to go to the topic of the day. You can call in and you can talk about anything, whether it's the topic of the day or, personal promotion, or you've got a specific subject or a past show. It doesn't matter. Joining is real easy. All you've got to do is visit zoom.us, click on join a meeting, and then enter that meeting number. As soon as it asks for it, you'll pop up in my green room and I'll take you first come, first served. If that sounds like content that trips your trigger, by all means, hit that subscribe button right now and ring that notification bell so you don't miss another episode. How are we doing tonight, folks? I had to take a sabbatical last night. My wife was under the weather, so it is good to be back after just one day off. But hey, it is absolutely wonderful. Let's say hello to some of the folks we have in the chat thus far. Detecto Metal, welcome. Suscripto, amigo. Muchas gracias. No, I do not speak Spanish. I've just exhausted every bit of Spanish I know. So don't ask. Little Step Noel, how you doing? Well, thanks for joining the channel. And yeah, I enjoy camping stories too. I'll get to one here in a minute. King Jellybean, welcome back to the show, my friend, as well as Emmanuel Goffi. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see RT Studios. It has been a while, hasn't it? We're still waiting for that special item you need to get on this show. Bob Dip, good to see you, my friend. La Gran Rola Detección de Metales. Hello from Argentina. I think he was just won. What was it? Some pay dirt from the Flash in Your Pan show. Awesome. Congrats on that. Darlene Cryer, good to see you. How are you? Let's see. Who else do we have here? Drone Kings in Darwin. How you doing, Brad? Camping stories? Well, there was this one time at band camp. I see what you did there. Hello, Susan Hamilton. Welcome to the show, my dear. Mitch Parks, 1738. Good to see you again. Creator Spotlight Show. How are you, Mike? Shauna Marie Penny, good to see you again as well. Going to camp next week. Yes. Ronnie G, Positive Vibes. How are you? Crap, my dad makes me watch. Adam, good to see you again, my friend. Who else? Gianna, how you doing, Gianna? Hey, yo. Bearded Tech Guy, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the show. Thanks, guys, for being here. Like I said, calling in is real easy. All you've got to do is hit that link right there, and that'll get you going. Now, like I said, camping is no, the reason I chose this subject so that you're not I would be remiss if I did not see. I was supposed to have all this set up, but I did not have this set up. In telling you that tonight's subject, see if I can do this without screwing up the entire audio theme of this. There we go. Boom. That tonight. No, pause. You idiot. Pause. There we go. Tonight's subject, in a matter of speaking, is brought to us by Outdoorsy Gal. Oh, yes, Chrissy. She suggested this many moons ago and had no idea that we would one, buy a camper, two, go camping, and three, that it would ever make the show. Thanks for the suggestion, Chrissy. There's a link to her page in the description box. By all means, go check her out. And I take suggestions all the time. All you've got to do is email videocallin@gmail.com. And I'll try to get back with you just as soon as I can. Oh, Gianna's thinking about camping next weekend. Awesome. Fantastic. Oh, okay. So Yeah, but the reason I chose it, in addition to it being one of Outdoorsy Gal O's suggestions, is we took the travel trailer out last weekend for its maiden voyage with us because we bought used. I prefer to let somebody else take the depreciation for me. So what we do is we buy used 98% of the time. Now that doesn't hold true for the wife's car. We try to buy new for her because I'm much better on the side of the road than she ever would be, if you know what I'm saying. Um, so we took her out. And here's something you guys probably I don't even remember if I talked about this at all, but we got a free trial membership to Thousand Trails RV Club, and what that is they've got several RV recreation centers, around the country, and you pay a one-time fee, and you get to stay, in that zone as often as you want. There are some restrictions, obviously, and that sort of thing, but it's really cool. And we're on a free trial program, so we got an entire year, no pressure, no obligation, where we get to stay all in our zone, free for the entire year. So this was one of them. It was Indian Lakes down southeast Indiana, and it was really nice place. Now that's not the story I had, but it is the reason that I chose this as a subject for today. Now, one of my fondest memories of camping, because I've been doing it since I was that tall, is going out with the guys, just on a whim. So you swing by Kroger, you grab a few chunks of food, you jump in the car, and you go straight down to, say, Morgan Monroe State Forest. And we had this place that we really enjoyed. It was actually a Boy Scout. They called it the Boy Scout camp, but there were never I'd never seen any Boy Scouts down there. And it was open when they didn't have it reserved. So we would go all the way out the end. And there's a pavilion with one of those round fireplaces, and it was fantastic because we used to camp, you know, just right out in the open, nothing but a fire and a sleeping bag. And we were hunting something. I don't remember what it was, but there was this wonderful house down the hill that probably predated the automobile as well by several decades. And we would visit that place and just go through it with tooth and comb, or with a fine tooth comb, just checking stuff out. And it was so cool because like they must have been so poor that they couldn't afford wallpaper, so they would line their walls with newspaper, which was pretty awesome. No interior plumbing, nothing like that. But that wasn't the fun part. Fun part was just being out there with the guys and finding out that you'd forgotten silverware. So not only are you opening cans with your buck 110 knife, but but you're also using it as your knife, fork, and spoon if you didn't decide to carve one out of a nice piece of hardwood fall down. Believe me, I have carved my share of spoons right there in the woods because silverware seems to be the last thing you think of. It's always food and beer, and then and buffering. What? I should just stutter step and blow everyone's mind. So that was fantastic, and uh, and by the end of the weekend, we were always real punch drunk on the way home. And I'll never forget, a buddy of mine took what was left of the hamburger buns and tied it to the antenna. And these are back in the days when the antennas were on the front fender, usually the passenger side, and they stuck up about 3 feet. And that thing was just whipping around. And I don't know why, but that happened to be the funniest thing on the planet at that moment. we're, we're all taking bets on when it would fly off, and sure enough, it did. Yes, we littered. And ever since then, I've never ever thrown anything out of my car. I just want you to know that right up front. But that did happen, and it was the best time ever. Another time, since we have no guests yet, no one no one has called in yet. Hello, is this thing on? Um, was I had this old '76 Datsun pickup, same vehicle, as a matter of fact. This is after we'd decided to restore the Mustang. I think I've shown you my first car, the car I still own, which is 1970 Mustang Mach 1. And I ended up with a 76 Datsun pickup. What are they? The 720s, something like that. If you saw a picture of it, you'd know. And it was the worst color yellow ever. But I tell you, it ran like a top. I mean, you couldn't kill that thing. Here's a great example how I know that. I happened to go out camping at Raccoon Lake. I must have been, 17, 18 years old. And I thought it would be funny. Don't ask me why I thought it would be funny, but I thought it would be funny to drive that thing down a boat ramp into the water. True story. I got it all the way down to where the water was coming over the hood, flowing right over the hood. And then she dies. Duh. Right now, this is back in the days of naturally aspirated, carbureted engines, and she just dies, and she won't start back up, And I'm not even going to try because I don't want her sucking any more water than she might have already sucked in. So we sat there for a while, hoping the brakes would hold out, and we weren't. It was no big deal. It was like, okay, now how do we get out of this? And I was the only one there. No one else had their vehicle over there, and we did not have Sam Squatch. No, it's a fish. It's a bass. Sam Squatch. Oh, we got some new people I'll say hello to here in a minute as soon as I'm done with this story. So, Chrissy, I expect you to call in. This is your subject, hon. I know you've got some good camping stories. So, here we are with the water starting to come in the cab, and we don't beg for subs, Ben Ritt. Thanks for being here, though. I mean, sit around, enjoy yourself. It's all good. So I thought, well, what have I got to lose? We didn't have a cell phone, so it's not like you're going to call somebody. There was no cell phone in sight. Probably not for, the nearest 10 miles. So, well, maybe not 10 miles, but close. Yeah, it's a bass. Largemouth. It's a largemouth bass. So I got this bright idea that I would throw it into reverse. It was geared really low, and fired up the key, and let the starter pull us out of that water. And I'll be damned, it pulled us right out of that boat ramp. Enough, I'd even parked us. And I tell you, about 2 hours later, in a bunch of tailgating, jumped back in that son of a buck, and she fired right up. Drove back to the campsite. Never had a problem with her at all. I got another story for you. seeing how we're waiting on guests. Are there any cobwebs on me yet? Okay. So here I am. Going down to hunt with actually my future wife's brother, down at the property that her parents had on a lake in western Indiana. And it had been raining cats and dogs all night. Why we decided to go hunting that day, I'll never know, because it didn't let up. Well, we almost get there, and on the way, there's this one portion of the road that just takes a nosedive down right, and then a hard swooping left. It's down a creek bed, and then it comes back up and travels on to actually the last road you need to get to that property. So, yeah, it must have been water in the distributor, because she didn't suck in any water. We're talking about the Datsun again. She didn't suck in any water at all. It must have just had to wait for the distributor to dry out. That's back in those days. So anyway, so we're traveling, and it's the same Datsun pickup. And so I'm coming just down there. We're three wide in this little ass truck. This is back before anyone cared about seatbelts either. And I had a camper shell in the back, and we get down that hill, and well, it's washed out. It's totally washed out. But I'm traveling at a rate of speed that I can't even slow down. I'm like, it'll be fine. Total muddy water. Boom, that water washes straight up onto the windshield. And those old windshield wipers could not handle it well. I knew where the road went, but I forgot to turn back right after that swooping horseshoe. And I took out about, now don't tell this farmer this, but I took out about 50 feet of farm fence. And the strangest thing about it was barbed wire fence as well. So it's scraping over the hood and sparks are flying. As soon as the windshield started clearing, we could see all this happening. And I got back on the road and we're like, oh, it's all good. No, I didn't. I only took out a post or two, but it's like, oh, we're good. So we went on hunting. Oh, these are moments that you're not proud of, folks. I'm here to tell you, you're just not proud of. You look back on them, and yeah, now they're funny. But the sad part about that is that farmer probably had to do some work to fix that fence because of some idiot kid back in the day. And you know who among us was not doing stupid things when they were younger? So remember, kids, don't do stupid things when you're young. Wait till you can afford it. No, that's not good advice either. Just don't do stupid things. That's all I gotta say. Yana, how you doing? Oh, I already said hello to you. Who was it that I missed here in a minute? Above and Beyond Drones, how you doing, Jim? And I saw, of course, Brett, Ben Rit Whitey. Welcome to the show. I saw somebody else too. Can't remember who it was. Anyway, those are, oh gosh, should I go through more stories? You guys not want to talk about this? You we don't have to talk about camping stories at all. You guys can jump on and talk about anything. You can talk about past, present, or future shows. Now I've decided that I'm going to start as soon as I uh, as soon as I think about a show subject topic. I'm going to go ahead and post it if when I have time. So I could theoretically. You want to see the Mach 1? All right, I'll go look for it. But yeah, I could theoretically fill out just hundreds of shows. We'll see where that goes because do you want to see it out as it exists today? As it exists today, Jim. Jim wants to see the Mach 1. This is virtually what it looks like today. Or it's a little bit more disassembled, if you will. But that is the 70 Mach 1. It's Calypso Coral Orange. It is it's got the 351 Cleveland, and it came as a factory 3-speed. But I think what I'm going to do is actually throw a 5-speed in there, keep the 3-speed, because my whole idea behind this is to do a resto mod in such a way that someone could put it back stock if they really wanted to. But yeah, we used to show that car back in the day. Oh, I'll show you that picture too. This is a young me in the middle of the Indianapolis 500, the infield when you actually had an infield, and this is at the Midwest Mustang Nationals in 1980, where we got 4th place in the 6970 stock class. And that's saying a lot because it wasn't stock. It had modified wheels and valve covers. The exhaust wasn't stock. And it had a modified stereo and just things like that, which will get you points deducted. But the resto was a very, very good job. Problem is that life got in the way. Yeah, still have it. My father bought that new in April of 1970. If you can believe that. No, it wasn't a Hurst shifter. Nope. Just it was one of the rare 3-speeds. And I was always kind of perplexed as to why he ordered a 3 instead of a 4, because they made 4-speeds back then. Well, Bearded Tech Guy, you got to come on. What is it? You got a story about camping. A few years ago, we went and silly me didn't set up the rain fly properly. And of course, it storms that night. Those are the worst. Oh man, you get in a tent and that thing starts leaking. Oh, forget about it. I'm just going to read your guys' camping stories. I remember one time that I was camping with some friends, and the first night we heard some creepy sounds, like screams. That was so creepy. We were so afraid. Yeah, that happens, man. There are some noises out there that you just, the younger you are, the more frightened you are. I remember one time I decided to take an entire week, and I went out in the woods and never I didn't see another human being for 6 days at all. Did a lot of hiking, a lot of pup tent, living off the land. It was fantastic. This is before I went in the military too. Um, so anyway, yeah, I was always perplexed as to why he got the 3-speed, not the 4-speed. But I tell you what, the fun part about a 3-speed is that you could literally light those tires up, and I can remember vividly looking down at my speedometer, and I was going 60 miles an hour well, I wasn't going 60 mile an hour, but my rear wheels were going 60 miles an hour in second gear. And I've had it almost to 100, or I'm sorry, first gear. And I've had it almost to 100 in second gear. Third almost acted as an overdrive. It was geared very low, or very high actually. Um, but that was a lot of fun. And I've had that car up over 100 miles per hour on the racetrack, the Indianapolis 500. Not many people have done that. Back in the day when they had this, what they would do is they would allow you to line up in groups, and they would let you go around the track twice. Well, the smart people hung back. get in the back of the line, or hang back as much as you can. And then that last lap down that back stretch, you can easily get 100, 120 around turns 3 and 4, and they won't even know it because they're already starting to pull off near Gasoline Alley. They won't even know it. You have so much time to slow down after that. Man, that was fun. I actually have a picture of the car on the speedway, but I wonder if I have it in here. I think it was an inset. I may not have that photo in this actual directory, but God, that was fun. That was a heap of fun. No, I don't for some reason. I thought for sure I had it in this block of pictures, but I do not. I do not. All right. Enough pictures. All right. So, Darlene Cryer says, I was jet skiing in Florida at camp, 17 years old, and I lost my jet ski. Saw an alligator tailing me. Thank God the ski came back around. I hauled butt out of there. That's awesome. That is awesome. Have I missed any camping stories? Let's just go back up a bit. Let's go back up a bit. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, that's okay. All right. So shut up, Alexa. Alexa, stop. That's the problem with having Dot. She's listening to everything I say, but it's being recorded anyway, so who cares? Thomas O'Sullivan, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the show. Oh, let's see. What other camping stories do I have, or Mustang stories? What else can I talk about? It's 10:23. This is one of the first. I know you guys have been camping. I've seen the stories. How about I just sit here and stare at you awkwardly? No, I'm not gonna do that. Oh man. What to do? Well, tomorrow's show is all about irrational fears. I that again has been brought to you by another one of the friends of the show. I'm having a hell of a time talking here. That should be an interesting one. I don't believe I have any, but I'm not gonna give that away. I might think of some before then, but I know everyone has some sort of irrational fear. Oh, let's see. Let me open that up and see who that was that suggested that one. Oh, Oh, that's a tough show. I haven't had to talk this long for a long time. All righty, here we go. That was from Drone Kings and Darwin. Suggested that show several weeks back. Thank you, Brad, for suggesting that. Look who we have. It's okay. Let me hide myself.
Hey,
Hello, Angel. How are you?
the feeling better. My leg is slowly getting better, but surely as time goes along. It's been a hard time since the weekend, but everything is what the. I think I might have. I think I might have an open. Yeah. The audio is on the stream of mine.
Yeah. Make sure you mute that.
Sorry, I just closed the browser.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. So, what brings you to the show tonight, Angel?
I could remember going to camp as a young age, but I don't remember what it was for because usually kids go to camp when they're so young. But it was such a long time ago, but I can't remember any camp the stuff that happened besides us roasting marshmallows on an open fire.
Oh, that's fun though, isn't it?
It is. But I wish that it was a camp that I would have remembered doing because I barely remember it at all because I think I was only 4 or 5 years old when I went to camp.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're not going to remember a whole lot about that, are you?
I'm 29, and from when I was that young, I won't remember anything. If I went when I was like 11 or 12, then surely enough, because a lot of people in their preteen years of stuff happening to them, they'll remember it for sure. But when stuff happens at 4 or 5, you barely remember it when you get older.
True. Very true.
But other than my camp story, I just want to apologize for what happened Sunday. I'm not going to say anything, but I just want to say I'm sorry.
Oh, well, I appreciate that, Angel. And I understand, man. I understand. It was a tough time for you.
Yeah.
And I do appreciate the apology, my friend.
I just apologize for my temperament that night, and I sorry for anyone that had to see it and anyone that had to leave that night. Sorry about my temperament, and sorry about the tantrum that I went into. It was just a very stressful time, and especially when the incident of mine was still freshly going. So it was still something that was new to me, and it was just a depressing and stressful 24 hours. And I didn't mean to have it go that far.
Sure. Yep. I get it. So yeah, that's all water under the bridge now, man.
Yep,
We're
it's
all
all
good.
under the bridge. Because it's as the new Lion King film that I saw today, Hakuna Matata.
There you go. Did you like the movie?
I loved it. It's like a small, like a short of a smidget point, better than the original, but nothing will ever top the original. But the CGI and voices were nearly on point as the original animated 1992 film. And the song vocals were all on point. But the only thing, the difference about each song is that the scenes were not the same as the song. Like the song "I Just Can't Wait to Be King," instead of the Zazu going on a stick, he is on a hippo in the live action film. And instead of the animals like piling on top of each other and bringing Nala and Simba on top of a giraffe and the animals falling down, the animals just roam the wild.
I see.
I mean, every scene is not the same because it is a live action remake after all, and not animated. But I have to say, the live action remake is just a tiny bit better than the original, but not nearly as better.
Well, thank you for that review, Angel. I don't know when I'll be able to get out there and see it, but I certainly may try to.
I went to see it because it's going to be the last movie that I see for quite a while, because this Saturday is my bus trip down to Arizona, and everything is already pretty much gone because yesterday trucks came over and picked everything up. The only thing that I have left is my fan. If you guys hear it blowing, an air mattress that I bought to have something to sleep on, and an air pump, and the TV behind me, which I'll be selling, and a chair to sit on, or when I want to sit on something so I don't have to sit on the carpet with my legs hitting against the floor, or having it be crossed.
Sure.
Sure.
I'm still hearing me. That's okay.
It seems as though the stream was buffering for some people.
Yeah, I saw that in there. I hope it's not for everyone.
Yeah, hopefully it's not for everyone.
Yeah. Well, Angel, thanks for coming on and telling me that camping show, my friend, and the apology, and also about the movie. I'm excited about I'm excited about it. It looks pretty good.
Well, for me, when I get to Arizona, I just can't wait to be king with my family.
There you go.
Because it's gonna be an awesome experience, especially a new life for me, and it was such an awesome experience being close with family. It made me more happy-go-lucky, and all. But this the whole exhaustion of moving has been quite the thing for me. But in the end, it's been worth it, and sometimes it may cause the stress to be put on me even more when people I'm with on streams and such, because it's been a difficult time finding a place to live, getting things packed up, and it took a lot of like energy and such to do this. But in the end, it's been worth it, and it's going to be a more happier time down close to the family in Arizona.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, man, and I wish you a safe and happy trip. All right.
Thank you, and you have a great rest of your night. I think that for the rest of the time, because I'm gonna be having a busy week ahead of me, I'm just gonna step back a bit from joining people's streams and such, and get things finished up. Because I have a carpet cleaning service coming Thursday, and I have a maid service coming tomorrow, and I'm gonna be going to bed here in a bit because tomorrow morning I have a cab that will be coming to bring me to Minneapolis, Minnesota, because I have a dentist appointment where I'm going to be getting one final cleaning.
Wonderful. Well, break is good, and you enjoy that break. All right.
Thank you. You have a great night as well, Jim.
You too,
Talk to
Angel.
you later.
All right.
Again, sorry about that, but
Don't worry
let's
about
move forward.
Yep. Let's move forward. See you, Angel. Oh, what a character, Angel. What a character you are. Love having you on, man. Let's see. I want to address Darlene. Here's the thing, and it's real easy to join. You see that link right there, https zoom.us. Then you click on join a meeting, which is in the upper right of the website. And when it asks for a meeting number, which it will, that's the meeting number right there. It's super easy to do. And who else? Oh, are you guys still getting buffering? I saw my stream flickering a minute ago. There must be some weird traffic going on. Let's bring up our next guest, shall we? Just a second here. Shawana, are you there? Oh, I don't see your microphone. And check the lower left of your Zoom interface, and make sure that your mic, the right mic, is chosen. Let's see. Shauna.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. How are you this evening, hon?
I'm doing okay.
Good to see you. So you got a camping story, or did you want to talk about something else?
Yeah, I do. I remember last year or the year before. I can't remember exactly what year it was. And we were just finished playing Capture the Flag, and then my pastor looked at us and he said, "It's 11:30, so that means it's time to go to bed. It's time to get ready to go to sleep and get your." And he said, "I want you to be in your bed by 12 o'clock midnight." So I went up to my cabin, and to go get my toothbrush and my all that stuff and my pajamas and all that stuff to get ready for bed. And I went to put I went
Oh, we lost her. We lost her. Shauna, where'd you go? There you are.
I went to put my hand in my pocket to find my toothbrush, and I couldn't find my toothbrush.
Oh.
So I started going around the campground looking for my toothbrush. And then I looked down, and it was right next to me the entire time.
Oh, if I only had a nickel for every time I did that. Not necessarily a toothbrush, but had something that I was looking for right next to me the whole time.
Yeah, and then another year when we were camping and we were playing Run Sheep Run.
Mm-hmm.
We were hiding from the opposite team, and we were right in the middle of the woods, and I didn't know that there was some type of oh man, what was it? Wild oak.
Mm-hmm.
Near where we're to, and I lay my
You
hand.
mean poison oak, maybe?
Yeah, poison oak.
Okay.
And I lay my hand, this hand here,
Uh-huh.
right poison oak, and it got very itchy, and I'm like, why is my hand so itchy?
Oh.
I looked over and I realized I'm about 3 feet away from poison oak. That's why.
Oh man. Now all you can eat.
I hope it worked. It says loading. Gone.
And you said nothing thrilling.
That's all I. Yeah, I know, but couldn't prove anything. Right.
Yeah. Now you're feeling me.
Anyway, I got nothing exciting, but I do have show and tell.
Oh, do tell.
Kind of. Okay, so like years ago, I bought this book. This book. I don't know if you recognize it.
I've seen that book.
Mm-hmm. It's an awesome book. I could read it for hours, but some of it's not true. That's the only thing. I can't think of anything specific, but I looked through it and went, yeah, somebody just wrote that sat in an office, you know?
Yeah.
A couple things.
It's like, have you ever been outside?
Yeah, but it is a good book generally. As you know, I'm not sure if you did know, Johnny and I just came back from a fishing week away up north in Quebec.
Yeah, well, didn't you actually PM'd me on that, didn't you?
It's very, very refreshing, especially if fishing is.
Oh yeah.
I know some people don't. Some people don't fit.
Yeah, some people. It's the winter.
Drew, you know. I always bring one of these with me. I have to start a fire.
Oh, it's Advil. I've taken a leave. Never. Well, back in the day, I took a lot of bear for that.
I better get home, right? Guy again. Okay, this is like really weird. He says, "Okay, well, if you get lost again, so a different trail." So okay, I walk about 10 feet away. Guess what, fellas that I know?